What up? What up? What up? It's Rec League Podcast, man. It's episode number 69. My name is Randy Little. Um, Appreciate you checking in with us. Whether it's on Good Pods, Apple, Spotify, straight from the source at Anchor. If you watching on YouTube, I appreciate it, man. All the watches, all the views, all the listens, all the comments, all the reactions, all the ratings and comments help out a lot. So that's appreciated. On this episode, I'm bringing back something that I did a couple years ago, and that's just movie collector Q&A. I got, I want to say 5 or 6 people to Skype in with me, and I have questions that I've had in my back pocket since the first time I did this, and I pick a few at random, and we go back and forth. We discuss. I'm not gonna spoil who I invited, so you're gonna have to watch and see, unless you like clicked on, because I tagged everybody. Once the episode is live, I tag everybody to let them know it's live, so that way you can know who's on it. But let's just, this is gonna be a short intro, because let's just go into the recent movie releases, man. Like 2 Tuesdays ago, F9 Cruella came out, but Bird on a Wire, Necessary Roughness, The Longest Yard, the Crocodile Dundee trilogy, Hardball, Blue Chips, they all got Blu-ray releases. Batwoman Season 2 got a Blu-ray release. Love and Basketball got a Criterion. This past Tuesday was just The Forever Purge, and this upcoming Tuesday is Space Jam: A New Legacy, is Escape Room Tournament of Champions, and then What Lies Beneath gets a Blu-ray. The following Tuesday, before the next episode, I'm pretty sure it's this Free Guy, and then it looks like The Green Knight is coming out, and then The Flash Season 7 is coming, the final season of Black Lightning is coming. Theatrically, I don't know what's coming out, man. Am I supposed to know what came out theatrically 2 Fridays ago? That was Dear Evan Hansen. This past weekend, Venom Let There Be Carnage came out. The Addams Family 2 came out. I watched all of these. And then The Many Saints of Newark came out. This upcoming Tuesday, No Time to Die comes out. So like, we're knocking out a lot of my most anticipated lists. But when I come back, I'm gonna have the first interview, so stay tuned. It's a Rec League Podcast. All right, first on this episode, I did the movie collector Q&A. I don't know, like 2 years ago. I don't even think I had 10 episodes of the podcast in the can, and it was cool. It was fun, and like a behind the scenes after we were done conversation like 2 shows ago, like got me the itch to want to do it again. And y'all know Melissa. She's a regular on the panel on the podcast now, and she collects movies. So this is how we're starting. And she likes to be overly prepared, in contrast to me, who likes to just fly off the handle. So she wanted to know the questions I was going to ask. Everybody else is going to be random, and then she wants me to answer those same questions.
Yeah.
So, first question, how do you have your movies arranged wherever you keep your movies?
Okay, yeah, Randy. So my movies are arranged alphabetically. I feel like I have to do it alphabetically. I know you guys have all sorts of different systems and stuff, and that's really cool. And I think you guys have way bigger collections than mine. But mine has to be alphabetically because I have wanted to watch movies where I couldn't find them, and it drives me crazy. So when they're out of the alphabetical order, it's too much for my brain. Also, I have sets, and I've started to put like huge sets together, like Kubrick or
Okay.
Tarantino or Cary Grant or whatever. So that's in a different spot. Just because I have so much, I could not fit them in alphabetically. So I thought, hey, these are so humongous, I'll put them separate. So that's what I have so far. Not that interesting, but that's how I do it.
Okay. Are you ready to think I'm weirder than you already do?
Yeah. Oh, should I ask you now?
Well, I mean, if I'm answering the same question, it doesn't make a difference.
Oh yeah, we're trading up. Okay, awesome. So yeah, I want to know how you arrange your collection.
Okay, so from just looking at them, I guess you could say that they're alphabetical. But
Yeah.
I have all my James Bond movies very first, 007.
I remember that part actually.
Then I have like the shared universes within the alphabeticalness.
Marvel.
Like, yeah, like I think when the Flash movie comes out, it's gonna like shake up all the DC movies. So instead of just having like Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, all those shared universe movies together, I have all my DC movies where DC would go.
Damn, that's a big collection.
What I think the next Spider-Man movie and the next couple Marvel movies is going to do, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and etc., is going to like shake up all the Marvel movies. So I have all the Marvel stuff together. The recent Godzilla, King Kong stuff, I have that little shared universe together. Kevin Smith's View-esque universe, Clerks, Mallrats, etc. I have those in the V's. And then when I hit my animated movies, I have them chronologically by studio, and then TV is after that, and I use the same thought process for my TV stuff.
So you do movies, then animated, then TV?
I've all, unless it's like an adult animated movie, Sausage Party, like Beavis and Butthead when it comes out, South Park, Simpsons, those are in my live action. But all my like children's animated movies, meant for kids, those are at the end.
And you did alphabetical by studio?
Yeah.
Okay. I have TV. Yeah, that's also alphabetical.
Okay. You broke up a little bit. I think
so you said
your TV shows are
I said
alphabetical.
That I have a lot of TV too, and I put that alphabetical as well.
Okay, cool.
Just to help me find, because there's so much.
Yeah.
So you said animated by studio?
Yeah, like Illumination, Disney, Pixar, Blue Sky.
Okay, that's interesting. Like I told you, I don't know much about studio, so I could never do something like that. That's complicated.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask you about animation because I know you don't watch a lot of cartoons.
I have a few.
Yeah, some. Let me see. What was the next one? Number 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you blind buy movies, and like what'll urge you to blind buy something?
I don't do this a lot, but I have done this. I have bought movies where obviously I super really love the actor, like Nacho Libre for Jack Black, or Dream for an Insomniac for Jennifer Aniston. I've blind bought some movies that I haven't even seen yet. Science of Sleep because of Michel Gondry. There's definitely a few others, and they've just been sitting on my shelf since those days of DVD. So like mid 2000s, whenever they came out. I also do this thing where I start a movie. For example, it comes on one of my movie channels, and I love it so much, and then I stop it, and I'm like, wait, I'm gonna buy this. And then I'll stop it like 20, 30 minutes in, and I'm like, this is so good, I need to own this. And it's like I want to see it like with the full experience of like having my movie and best quality possible, etc. So I bought like Falling in Love, that Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I started that. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And Affair to Remember. Yeah, I have a few like that. So I have, let me see, I actually have a list to see if there's any others that I want to mention. But yeah, that's something that I keep doing. And then sometimes I can't even find the movie to buy, which sucks. Like Peggy Sue Got Married. I love that so much, but I just said, you know what, I can't really find a good copy, so I'll just watch it on TV. I mean, TV's pretty good quality. It's HD quality, so it's pretty good. But yeah, I've tried to buy movies that I couldn't even find anyway. But yeah, I don't do that a lot because I like to save money, but I have done that. So for you, Randy, what in your collection are you most ashamed to admit that you own?
Oh, I'm not answering the same one?
Well, I thought you wanted to do this one instead.
Oh, okay.
Or you could do blind, but what do you prefer?
I have an answer for both. I don't know.
Okay, do the ashamed one.
It'd have to, like, I'd have to cop out and be like, and use the easy answers like Jack and Jill or The Last Airbender, Scary Movie 5. But in my head, like, I need all the Adam Sandler movies. I need all the M. Night Shyamalan movies. I need all I need the entire Scary Movie franchise. But I think all three of those movies are dog shit.
Jack and Jill is a great answer. My brother and I were watching an interview of Austin Matthews. Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
So he is this superstar Leafs player, right, on the Maple Leafs.
Okay.
And they said, "What's your favorite movie?" And I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, or maybe he said, "What's the one with Andy Samberg?"
That's my boy.
Yeah, sorry. He said, "That's my boy," I think. And me and my brother were laughing, and then my brother was like, "You know what? He's really young. Like, to him, this is Adam Sandler. Like, this era."
Maybe. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, people.
How's That's My Boy? Do you like that one?
Jack and Jill, or like his Netflix stuff, or those will be like the current, youth and their favorite Adam Sandler. Yeah, but they'll think Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are bad. Like, kids are weird.
So how's That's My Boy though?
That's My Boy, like, to me, has funny moments, but it
Okay.
also has like some pushing the envelope, like gross out content.
Yes, I love Samberg, obviously. I love Lee Meester. Yeah, I turned that one off, but damn.
I could imagine.
But you obviously have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, see, I probably gave it, like, I'd have to double check my letterbox. I think I gave it a 2.5, yeah, but...
I know you that well.
It was... If it's like bottom barrel Adam Sandler, I'm giving it a 1.
Well, yeah.
I'd get, like, the Grown Ups 2 and Jack and Jill are horrible.
Yeah, Grown Ups 2, man. I honestly gave it a good try. Twice, I think. It's too gross. There's like a horse part. Right?
Something like that.
It's just gross.
I'm surprised they didn't do a third one.
But that second one was too shameful. So what about the blind buy? I love this one.
Okay, I actually blind buy quite a bit. Like, I'm in a small border town in Texas, so my theater doesn't get everything. And most of the time, I'm not taking the hours-long road trip to go check it out. So, like, I remember I was getting ready to deploy in 2006, and the theater, like, that weekend didn't get, like, Running Scared that was February. They didn't get Invincible with... I was thinking of Running Scared with Paul Walker. Like, they didn't get that movie. But
I was like, Running Scared, Gregory Hines, Billy Crystal, you're way too young.
Like, August 2006, the theater didn't get Idlewild, the Outcast movie. They didn't get Invincible, the Mark Wahlberg football movie.
Okay.
And I just knew. I was like, okay, I'm buying these. Like, they've done it recently, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Like, let's say Hotel Artemis, for example. Like, I knew I was going to buy that because I wanted to see it. Like, if I want to see it and the theater doesn't get it, I'm probably buying it, for better or worse.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you blind buy a lot.
I can't remember. Like, I've recently bought something that I know I didn't see before. Let me see. Let me try to bring up my page real quick.
But I had bad experiences with blind buying too. So
yeah.
Blue Velvet.
It's always a risk.
I bought that 100 years ago, DVD and Blu-ray, and I watched it and I hated it. So I didn't like. I don't know. I'm gonna try and sell or like get rid of them because that's how much I didn't like the movie.
There you go. You asked me about this one when I posted it. 12 Mighty Orphans. It's a football movie, and early in the summer, like April and May, I would see trailers for it, and I knew my theater wasn't gonna get it. But it's football, and it looks like it's like the invention of football, so it was like an interesting story. So I was gonna give it a chance.
Did you end up watching it?
I haven't watched it yet. And then I blind bought Quick Change with Bill Murray just because Eric said it was good.
Eric, yeah. You know, I tried to watch that. I couldn't get through it, but I'm gonna try again. There's like a cult fandom for that movie.
Yeah. What do we got next? What's your first and most recent addition to your collection?
Okay, first is tough because I remember back we had VHS.
Wow.
So
when did you start collecting?
That's very hard. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure my mom gave me some VHS back then. Why are you getting upset?
No, cause I know I have VHS. Like, if we're going all the way back to VHS, I couldn't tell you the first VHS I had, but I know Christmas 2001 were the first DVDs I got. I remember what they are, and for my birthday in 2009 was the first Blu-rays I got. I remember what those are.
Yeah, but Randy, I don't have that kind of memory. Anyways, speaking on what I can gather, my mom had a VHS collection for sure, and I'm sure I had some too. She was the one who introduced me to my favorite movie, Office Space, and I remember she bought that on VHS, and it was really expensive.
That's dope.
Back then. So, you know, I had movies like that. I remember I had random movies, like, I was like, where's my copy of this? There's this totally random movie called East is East, and I think I had it on VHS back then. So I think that's like a 1999 movie. Something about 1999. We had a bunch of those VHSs. I don't have enough good memory, but I'm sure among my first purchases were things like Wayne's World 1 and 2 on DVD.
Yeah.
And things like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore on DVD. I mean, I've had those DVDs as far back as I can remember. Wedding Crashers, I assume. I still have those all kicking around somewhere old school. And when I tried to change over to Blu-ray, I realized, wow, a lot of these movies I never changed over. It's crazy to me. Okay. But now I'm finally changing them over. But I definitely, all those comedies I loved in the early 2000s, I had DVDs of. Most recent edition, I bought old on 4K because I watched it and I loved it. And yeah, I was just like, this is a really good looking movie. Like, the beach is so beautiful.
You already have old on 4K in Canada?
And a lot into how it looked, and I was like, oh, I really want to see this in the best possible quality at home.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one. I really liked that movie. It's so weird. And I've bought a couple others recently. A Quiet Place too. The Steelbook came out, and I bought that. I was like, I really like that movie. I wanted to own it somehow, and I didn't realize. You know, I almost bought Blu-ray, but I'm glad I didn't because I'd rather have the 4K. So I bought that. Those I just bought really recently. But then other old stuff too, like this 80s movie Made to Order, starring Ali Sheedy. For our 80s podcast, I tried it, and I was like, oh my god, I really like this movie. So again, I stopped it halfway, and I bought it on DVD. And it, like, the one I was watching, the quality was not great. Like, movies on TV, if they're from the 80s, they're not that great.
Yeah.
So, even though I don't think the DVD quality will even be that great, but I'm going to try it anyway, because I really liked it. So what about you? Your first and most recent edition, clearly you have the memory to tell us.
I mean, you want me to keep it to Blu-ray? Like, my first DVDs is boring. I just got like 3 movies for Christmas.
What were they?
They were Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, I had Jurassic Park on DVD for the longest as well.
I take that back. It was Rush Hour 2, and Jurassic Park 3.
Oh. Yeah. Those were on DVD?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was your first Blu-ray?
See, my first Blu-rays was, I was hard, like, I didn't want to start buying Blu-rays. I had so many DVDs. I was trying to fight, you know, technology. And like my wife would like co-sign because she's the one that bought them. She was in Texas, and I was up home. I was with Jake, who was on a few episodes ago. I was living with him. I just got out the military, and Blu-rays were coming. They were still like $25, $30 a piece. But she sent me a Blu-ray player, and she meant to send me American Gangster, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and The Dark Knight. But there was a mix-up. Like, her friend helped her buy them and accidentally bought Batman Begins. So my first Blu-rays were American Gangster, Batman Begins, and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, I know what you mean about fighting the technology. I'm not fighting it, but it drives me crazy in the sense that it's always improving, and then things get obsolete. Like my first 4K was Tenet, and
Okay.
then recently my brother told me about 8K. I thought he was kidding. I was like, 8K? Oh my god, no! Like, I thought I finally caught up by starting to buy 4K, and it's like it's so much money out of my pocket. I hate it. And then to hear that there's 8K now, I'm like, what is even the point of trying?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I don't know. Not everything comes like there's still brand new movies that don't come out on 4K. Like
Yeah, I know.
there's no
Yeah.
way I'm upgrading to 4K until every release gets a new, updated version. Studios are cheap.
Yeah, like typical dramas are not gonna have 4K.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like action and
Effects driven movies.
yeah, like A Quiet Place too.
My most recent edition though is I got when it came out like 2 or 3 Tuesdays ago, I ordered Young Sheldon season 4 and it just got here. So that's my most recent edition.
That's Blu-ray.
Yeah.
This is another thing that drives me crazy because I love television more than movies, and I want all of these series on Blu-ray. So they're finally starting to do it with some. They did Friends a while back.
I don't know if Seinfeld's ever gonna get a Blu-ray release.
Yeah. So Sex and the City just got one. There's a few others, but God, they're so expensive. Maybe it's worse in Canada.
Yeah, no.
It's like I can't justify spending this.
There's a 10 season Smallville box set that comes out in October, and that's like $160.
It drives me crazy that something like Young Sheldon already has a Blu-ray, but like there's all these shows. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, I know the show started 20 years ago, but that's a modern show that's airing today. HBO should be putting money into making Blu-rays. It's so stupid to me. Anyway, so it's out on DVD only, but it's like, you're releasing a 2021 show on DVD? What's the point? Like, just put it on Blu-ray and forget about the DVD. I don't know. But then that's kind of mean to people who only have DVD players. And anyway, I don't even think my grandparents had that. But
it's all Warner Brothers. Young Sheldon, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Sex and the City. It's all Warner Brothers. They're weird with their physical media.
The Office has Blu-ray. King of Queens has Blu-ray, but again, it's really expensive. It's very hard for me to justify. But in my dreams, I would love to have all of them.
It might be Mill Creek. I don't think the original creating studio put King of Queens on Blu-ray. It was a third-party company that did that one. So I have
that's awesome. I mean, when I found out that even existed, I was so happy. But again, it's too expensive. I haven't done it yet. And I feel like I just bought the DVD set, which again drives me crazy because like I invested in all these DVD sets thinking I didn't even think Blu-ray was a possibility for half these shows. But now they're finally converting them over, right?
Yeah. I want the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon to get a Blu-ray, and I don't see it happening.
Right.
Let me see. I think we're on our last question. So, well, we kind of already tiptoed around it. Oh no. Do you feel the need to complete a series even if it has any bad entries? Like me and Scary Movie 5. Like, do you have like a completionist mentality? Like say.
Not at all. I'm not like that.
No.
Like you are. So I was trying to think about this answer for this, and for example, I never got through like Bad Boys 2. I don't own that. But I'll probably own Bad Boys for life one day. I'm trying to think of other examples. Sometimes I'm a completionist, but it's like I already kind of like the movie. Like Sex and the City 2, I don't think that's a good movie, but I do watch it a lot.
See, that's what I was going to say. Like, if they did a third movie and it ended up being great, I know I've heard you say that the second one's bad. Would you have 1 and 3, or would you have all 3?
No, I mean, I say the second one is bad, which objectively it is, but I do watch it every year. I like it enough for that.
Okay.
And 50 Shades of Grey, like the first movie is my least favorite, but, I think because based on the love I have for the book and the further movies, that love kind of translates over to the first one, and it's like, you want to see them in a series. You want to see them in order. I know you can relate to that. Like,
sure.
I have to see the first. I watched the whole series of Sex and the City. then I watch the movies because they're a continuation.
Yeah.
So sometimes I am, sometimes I am not. Like I said, I like to save money. So if I think a movie's really bad in a series, I won't buy it. But I do have a bunch of collections, I realized, and I don't necessarily love all the movies in that series. Like, I'm not a big Batman Returns fan, I'm sorry, but I have all that stuff. I have all the Rush Hours. But a lot of times they're sold as collections. So I'm like, hey, I might as well just get the whole thing. So yes and no. Yes and no. It's easier when I haven't seen everything. Then I'll buy a full collection. Like I don't know why I bought the Tarantino box set. I can hardly tolerate violence.
Because they're all amazing. Duh.
I still haven't seen like half of them. Same with Kubrick. I have every Kubrick almost.
I'm calling
Marilyn
Kubrick before
Monroe,
my time.
Cary Grant. Like, I bought them on the strength of something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already a Marilyn Monroe fan, and I just saw a movie of hers for the first time. I already like Cary Grant from 2 or 3 movies, so I bought like a big box set. So it's easier when I haven't seen something to commit to a full.
Yeah, see, like I have some kind of disorder, like we were saying earlier. That's why I have Jack and Jill, because I need Adam Sandler's career. I have The Last Airbender because I respect and love M. Night Shyamalan's career so much that I just let me get his hiccup. Let me own his one hiccup.
Yeah, see, I love Jennifer Aniston. There are so many movies of hers I wouldn't buy, but I still love her. Like,
yeah,
I don't really like what's the one with Nicole Kidman and Adam Sandler? Just Go With It.
Yeah.
Wanderlust. There's a few that I didn't like. No offense.
But Paul Rudd.
And I wouldn't buy. But I need to have the ones that I kind of like and really like.
Yeah. So that's it. Unless you have like any additional questions that you come up with that you didn't run past me.
Me?
Yeah.
Let me look at the rest here.
So I didn't add any.
How many movies do you own, Randy?
You want a firm number?
Ballpark?
As close as I can get without looking it up. Titles, like I count like specific titles and not like number of boxes or cases on my shelf. Blu-ray movies, I would say like 2320.
Okay. But then there's also like a DVD collection, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like on my Instagram collection page, like I have it broken down like to the most recent edition or subtraction, like when it comes to DVD. Like The Longest Yard just come out, so I subtracted the DVD and added the Blu-ray.
Ooh, wait. The Longest Yard Adam Sandler version
is
out on Blu-ray?
It just came out here. I don't know about Canada.
I feel like I need like you to send me a newsletter, because like you keep telling me about these things I would never have known. Like,
we all have Blu-ray.com.
Oh yeah, I know. I need to subscribe or something, because you keep telling me about these things. The Fan starring Wesley Snipes, I was just so excited. I would never have known if you didn't tell me.
I think that's out in a combo pack. And see, like I
know.
I know that I just bought the Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights combo pack. I know that I just bought the Crocodile Dundee trilogy. But I'm not buying, like, there are Spike Lee movies that are on Blu-ray, but they're in a Blu-ray case where it's like 25th Hour and He Got Game. And like we were in the chat a couple weeks ago, and that would drive me bananas. And like The Fan.
Meanwhile, I like that.
The Fan is in a case with like either another, like probably Inside Man or some completely unrelated Wesley Snipes, Tony Scott movie.
Yeah.
Until they like Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis is also on Blu-ray in a case with another Bruce Willis action movie, probably The Last Boy Scout. 2 Bruce Willis movies that I badly want on Blu-ray individually, but I'm not gonna cave and buy those. So I have some kind of system.
But I'm the complete opposite, because I love saving money, so when I see 2 Blu-rays in one, I'm so excited, and like I don't even care if I really like the second movie. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll like it.
So disgusting.
And the best is when I already love both movies in the set. Hell yeah, I'm buying that. I told you, like Hitch and Cherry Maguire. There's no relation to these movies except I guess they're rom-coms starring a man.
They're probably both from Sony. Like it's probably the same. It's got to be the same studio.
Yeah, but again, there's nothing to a fan, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'm buying that, you know, but I know you would never do that. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here. Are you particularly proud of something that you own?
My go-to answer is always the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action box set, because it's in a pizza box. And
That's awesome.
if you take the movies out, there's like grease on it. It's like real detailed and like really cool.
That's nice.
And I forget like the other like goodies that came in it, but yeah, that's a cool set. See, like I do Blu-rays. Like I love slipcovers. Like most people go for steelbooks or like the expensive, like visually like really cool sets. And you know, all love and respect to anybody that wants to spend their money like that. But like, I love the bare bones slipcover, standard release. If I have to get a box set, I will. So yeah, like I would say like I have the Bourne trilogy with like all the cases in it, and it's like magnetic. Like you can flip up Matt Damon and open the case, but like the bottom is starting to fall out of it. So it's getting old.
Yeah. Can I ask one more?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna guess the answer too. So
go for it.
What in your collection have you watched the most? And I'm gonna guess it's the Nolan Batman set.
That's a good question. Or
Marvel. It's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah. It's like I know Life existed before Letterboxd, so like paying for the Pro, like I can look. Like I think Avengers: Infinity War is probably, since I've been on Letterboxd, my most watched movie.
Right.
Before that, it's hard telling. It's probably Marvel movies, probably Nolan. Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. Like I didn't keep track before Letterboxd.
Yeah.
And I didn't start binge watching and rewatching like I do now, like as obsessively as it seems, until
when did it start? That obsessive.
Like 2015.
When did you join Letterboxd? I know I joined. Like I started logging 2016.
I had heard about Letterboxd probably since like 2013 or 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, this is cool. Like, eventually I might check this out. And I never did. And then it was the week that Doctor Strange, Trolls, and Hacksaw Ridge came out. Like, the first weekend in November 2016 is when I set up my page.
Yeah, that's very similar to me. I've definitely seen stuff in my collection so many times. You know, a lot of 2000 stuff back when DVDs were the thing. Definitely Aladdin from 1992.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, it's weird when I watch these movies as an adult and I'm like, I can't believe I know every word of this. Like, I put in America's Sweethearts. I didn't even know I liked that movie that much, starring Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
I knew every single word. I was like, oh my God. I've watched those, like, Wedding Crashers, Just Married, I really like, Wimbledon. These 2000s comedies and rom-coms, I've watched so many times. So that's such a good memory, like the time when DVD was king and you bought one and you just watched it again and again, because, you know, I didn't have like movie channels like I do now. And, you know, now there's such a plethora of ways to watch movies. I didn't watch Netflix back then. So that's what you did. You bought a DVD and you just watched it a million times until it didn't work anymore. My Wayne's World DVD does not work anymore. My Sleepless in Seattle DVD's broken. So I have stuff that I've watched that often, which is crazy. The Big Lebowski, that's a perfect example. That was one of my first DVDs. And I remember my boyfriend at the time broke his ankle playing basketball. And this is when, like I said, DVD was the only thing. So I lent him that copy of Lebowski, and he just had that to watch. And he watched it like 20 times. And he's like, now I really love it.
Damn.
Yeah, because that's what you did back then. Yeah. Like, people who don't want to pay for cable or whatever. We didn't have all these millions of apps. So DVD was our best friend, you know?
That's true. Yeah, this was fun. This was a lot more fun than I thought it'd be. We almost ran over time if we were on Zoom. Yes, I'm gonna wrap this up, get to the next interview, finish up this podcast. All right, next up we got my guy Hector. He been on a podcast before. Hopefully y'all remember him because that's actually one of my favorite episodes. That DC conversation that we all had.
What
But I know we talking Blu-ray collections, man. But if y'all not following him on Instagram, get on that because he collects like figurines, like you see behind him, them stand-ups, the steel books, like all types of dope stuff. Let me see. First off, I'm gonna hit you just with the first question. You know how many movies you got? How many you own?
No, not at the top of my head, man. I went through like a whole, like just I went through a broken relationship, ended it a while back, and I just left my stuff. And I started over, so
Okay.
I would say I'm easily though over 200 movies for sure.
Okay.
200 4Ks.
Man, but you got the steel books, you get the foreign editions, the expensive stuff from overseas.
Yeah, for sure. I get I got like I try to join group buys so you don't have to pay the market price once they're released. So getting those now have become hard because of the bots. And,
for sure.
This is like sneakers, like consoles, video games. The same thing now. It's a competition against the whole bots, and they be just it takes the fun out, but it's fun just trying to going in the hunt and trying to get a set, but.
Guys trying to flip them for ridiculous prices on eBay and stuff.
For sure.
Let me see. Question number 3, man. What got you into collecting?
My dad. Honestly, he had his own VHS set up when he started up right away, man, and it was just started from there. And then I got my own when we moved into our own house. We got like in the mid 90s. I got my own room and got my own little DVD started coming out and started there. But it was really my dad.
Right. We on the same path. Everybody I grew up around had like crazy VHS DVD collections, and I just like inherited the mindset.
Yeah, man. He had the old school, like the Friday the 13th ones, all those. He had like those old, most of the Shout Factory ones that had that. He had those on DVD. Those old school horror. He was like big on horror.
Yeah. And, there was some stuff that my mom and stepdad had growing up, like Bloodlust or something, Puppet Master, Demonic Toys or something.
Yeah. And it's funny because if you saw my dad, if you were to meet my dad and like know him, like you would be like, would never expect someone you to own this stuff. It was just funny, bro.
Super obscure stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see. Question number 4. What movie version edition rare box set is like your like prized possession? What's like what do you have that you're most proud of?
That question I was ready for. I had it right here. I was ready for that one, and I just got it too. It's this Wonder Woman Blue Fans one-click set.
Okay.
Right here. This is from China. It's the Blue Fans edition.
Put it up a little higher. There you go.
Yeah, this is just the box set. It comes in with 3 steals and 3 slips, but story behind that is when I had started like collecting the premiums, there was 2 companies that had released a box set for Wonder Woman, and it was like each individual slip was like $400 at least. And so Blue Fans came out with an announcement that they were releasing it, and so I got on top of that because that's really one of the ones that would complete my DC collection as far as premiums go.
That's what's up.
Because you gotta justify. It comes to a point where I'm not gonna buy it just because it's it'll complete my set at whatever cost. I gotta wait it out, and it took me a while, but they announced it, and I got on top of that group buy so quick.
For sure. I can't lie. I thought you was gonna go with something Snyder cut, but kept it in the family.
They haven't released anything yet for that, man. We just got the regular commercial releases, the domestic ones.
I'm gonna have to bring you back on when that edition comes out.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Let me see. Last one. I got. What do you have in your collection that you've watched the most? Like, what's your favorite rewatch?
Oh, it'd be easily Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Man of Steel.
DCEU too.
Oh yeah, man. Yep, Man of Steel. The score, everything about that movie, man. We can go a whole hour just talking about it. But yeah, Man of Steel, hands down.
For sure. All right, that's it for now. I appreciate you jumping on with us. I'm gonna get you on another group conversation here eventually, man.
All right, cool, man. Yeah. I told Sigma we got to do a wrestling one. The status, the current state of wrestling is pro wrestling has been shooken up by AEW, man. We got to get on that. And this past weekend too, man, it's getting crazy out there.
Yeah, like I'm not as familiar as I used to be. Like I'm an Attitude Era guy, and I kind of lost touch, but I keep up with it a little bit. And I told him like CM Punk came out, and then
Mm-hmm.
they did whatever they did. I think at SummerSlam, and I just looked at him like, was that really their reply?
Yeah.
All right, next up we got my guy Rocket, my guy Sean. He been on multiple episodes. You guys should know him by now. And every time he's on this show, he's sitting right there and he's always flexing. Look at all the movies I got. Look behind me. I can see Furious 7 clear as day. First question I'm gonna ask you, just right off the bat, do you know how many movies you own, and if you want to break it down by format or TV, movie, whatever you want to do?
Yeah. So right now, so I do a little differently. Some people add, for example, Game of Thrones is 8 seasons. Some people count that as 8. I count that as a title. So when I go when I count it as titles, because TV shows is one title. So basically, I have 2,021 titles as of right now.
Everything combined.
Yeah, everything combined.
Okay.
And that's including DVDs, which I'm upgrading here and there, because there's some DVDs that need Blu-rays format, and yet they don't have them. Like Necessary Roughness, I just picked that up.
Yeah.
I'm glad that came out.
So did I.
Blue Chips just came out. I got to pick that up. So these are movies that are finally starting to get a Blu-ray release.
For Longest Yard, I got that whole wave that Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much there are some DVDs that I have. Like, I think if I count DVDs, it's like less than 70 that I have.
I think
DVDs.
I'm at like 34 or 35.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like less than 70. And then, like, you'll see here and there, I'll have, where is it here? The movie The Skulls here. I got it with the Blu-rays, but I got to order that. So I know. So I just left it in here because I know that had a format out. I just got to pick it up, upgrade it. But, yeah, as of now, altogether, that's what I got. I do keep my Disney movies, whether it's live action, animated, or Disney Pixar. I keep that in a separate section as well.
Okay.
But pretty much like my boutique label stuff, it's like I really don't have much. I have a couple of Arrow titles, and I got a couple of some Criterion.
Mm-hmm.
I got that, and that's how I start my collection. So I got my Arrow, my Criterion, then I go into my Bond movies, and then that's when the whole collection starts off from right there. But all my TV shows as of now, they're in the bedroom. But like I was telling you, we're moving, so I got stuff all over the place right now. But once we finally move in, get settled in, the downstairs is going to be the movie room. So you'll have a better view of where everything is at, and I could probably give you a tour the next time and all.
Yeah. Next, I had down what movie version, edition, rare box set. Like, what's your most prized possession in your collection?
My most prized is right here. The Friday the 13th Scream Factory one.
All right, the way the frame is cutting it off.
Okay, let me get that for you here. Here we go. So this right here.
You put it in the middle. There you go.
Pretty set right here. The artwork on this box is unreal.
Yeah, I love that box set.
So this is my most prized. Like, I was trying to, one of my favorite franchises is the Halloween franchise. You got the Friday 13, you got the Nightmare on Elm Street, you got Halloween. Halloween, I grew up watching Halloween before any of these came out, so that was the one I was drawn to. I was trying to get that original box set when I first really started collecting, and it was already released out, and I was finding it for, like, on eBay for like $350, $400. I was like,
crazy.
What? It's crazy. And then they did a condensed version where they re-released it, but it was just like it was the small.
When he froze up.
5 movies in each case. Okay, maybe I get that, but I find it for a good price.
Yeah.
So
both of those actually came out on the same day because I wanted the big luxurious box, but the way I had my shelf set up, the smaller one was just gonna look better. I was pissed when they didn't do a condensed Friday the 13th because I still got the 10.
Yeah, but you still got the 10 one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing. I think as time goes on, I can see them doing the condensed version of Friday 13 as well. I can see them coming out with that like later on.
Hopefully,
because I know if they did one for Halloween and one for Friday 13, they gotta do one for Nightmare on Elm Street.
that's what I'm thinking. When it came out,
got to.
What was it, last year, the year before? When it came out, I was thinking like they got to do Freddy now. Like it's only right.
They have to. They have to. I mean, and look, they already got Freddy versus Jason. So that that's going to be in that franchise as well. So they already got one of the movies. They already formatted the way they wanted to. So they just got to just throw that into that series. So.
And I mean, shit. If they got permission from New Line to do Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, Freddy versus Jason, Freddy is all New Line. Like it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah,
I think. When did you would know this? When did the Halloween one come out?
Like I want to say 2014. That's what I'm. If you started collecting when that came out, and your count is almost, your collection count is almost up to mine. Like that's quick. That's quick work.
Mm-hmm. It was like I always grew up on movies, going to movies with my parents and all that. But then I started. It was funny. It was like I started collecting like VHS. You know, my favorite movie was The Crow. It's The Crow.
Yeah.
Came on VHS, and I think I bought like I can't even remember how many formats because it came like in the old school like VHS case. Then I got in the regular slim VHS, and then I got Blu-ray. That has to come out on 4K. That movie has to come out on 4K
eventually. Let me see. This might be the last one. I'm not sure. No, I got you down for 4, so I got to figure out what that last one is. What bad movies do you have, and like what led you to buying them or it?
Oh man,
movies that you think is bad. Like who cares what the general public considers bad?
Well, it's Showgirls.
Hey man, every male has Showgirls. Like Showgirls isn't bad.
It was crazy. So what happened was,
and this is episode 69, so I appreciate that.
You got it. So it was funny because I wanted Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks, and all that, and I couldn't find that anywhere. And this is when the Blu-ray format was first coming out. They were dropping all these movies. So for some odd reason, I found it at a Best Buy here in Minnesota. It was like, because Blu-rays at the time, they were like almost $30.
Yeah,
when they first came out, I was like, oh. So they had these deals for. It was a weird combination. It was 2 for 1. So basically, for $30, you got Showgirls and Bachelor Party on Blu-ray. I was like, hell,
I'll take
2 for 1. I'll take it. And of course, I let the movie Bachelor Party out to my cousin. He moved out of town. I never saw that.
Never got it back.
Showgirls. So I got to now rebuy Bachelor Party. But that's how I ended up with Showgirls.
I think I got Bachelor Party a couple years ago.
That movie's underrated.
Yeah, man, yeah. Paul Verhoeven catches that bad rep, man, but RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Hollow Man, Showgirls, like Starship Troopers. His movies aren't bad. He's just an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Let me see. Last one. Are there any movies out there that you want to add and you like can't find or just haven't got around to it, or?
I just haven't got around to it. It's like there's quite a few actually. So on my phone I got a list. I do a list of movies that are like haven't come out in the theaters, for 2021. But then I got some old school movies that I just haven't had a chance to find or get around to. Like there's a movie with Brian Dennehy and I think it's Brian Cox as well.
FX.
It's called I got the second one, and for the longest time, Kino Lorber had the first one. So of course, the minute I go to buy it, now it's not even in their catalog. I'm like, what?
Oh, that sucks.
So now, that's one. There's a couple. There are ones out there. Like I know, I got on my list The Ghost in the Darkness with Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. I got it on DVD. But I know, like, they have it on Blu-ray overseas.
Yeah.
But it's like in German or something like that. Like, which I do have, like the movie Mindhunters. I got the German format, but it's region free.
You can get FX on Amazon for $95.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
That and there's a movie. I don't know why I enjoyed it. It's with Lou Diamond Phillips called The First Power. Yeah, check it out if you get a chance. That was also on Kino Over, and I went to go get it, and that and FX like the same day it went off the catalog, and now it's like that one is like $65, $70. I was like,
Fuck that noise. I like collecting movies, but
yeah,
it's got to be some shit that's like incredibly rare that I really want that I'll like pay ridiculous for.
Yeah, like there's one movie that I couldn't believe I found at a Half Price Books, and after I buy it, I think 6 months later they re-released it. Like you get the notification.
Apocalypto. Yep. Come on, man. We're right here.
Right here. Like it's funny because I found that, and I was telling my wife, I got to get this movie. I'm just not gonna pay these ridiculous prices. And I went to a Half Price Books and I found it for like $22. I was like, yep, that's mine.
Yep.
That's mine.
Yeah, so last time I went home, my boy had it, and I was like messing with him for months on months. Like, let me get that Apocalypto, and I went up there and he finally let me have it. And then it's like the next summer is when it got re-released.
Dang, that's a hard. I mean, now that it's re-released, but some of them are like, I'm kind of glad they are re-releasing some movies that you can with what's his name? He was in the Legion, the TV series Legion. His name slipped my mind.
Man.
He did the live action Beauty and the
Dan
Beast
Stevens.
Too. Dan Stevens, The Guest. They're re-releasing that through our second site, which is what sucks is the Blu-ray is Region B locked, but it's a 4K Blu-ray. So they're re-releasing it that way. So I might pick it up just for the 4K because I finally got a 4K player, but I might buy that, but I'm hopefully if I don't, I'm just hoping that people that have the Blu-ray version, that those prices drop. So then you know what, I'll just snag the Blu-ray version. So, you know what I mean? So,
man, that's it. I had you down for 4. Like that was the idea. Like ask a few questions, have everybody go boom, 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 boom. Before we close out, you got anything that you want to ask me about my collection?
Yeah, first off, your shelves. Where did you get your shelves from? Because I have so when I first started collecting, I got bookshelves. So I would go to Target and get these 3, the bookshelves were 3 shelves. So I had buy 2 and stack them. But then I bought a 5-shelf bookshelf. So it's I'm to me everything has to be even.
Yeah.
And of course the 6 and the 5 is that much taller, and it's driving me nuts. When I said it, so. Where did you get your bookshelves from?
I got my shelves from Best Buy.
Really?
When I first started getting them, my 2 or 3 oldest shelves, everything is flush. And they redesigned the shelves a little bit. So the newer ones, the movies hang off a little bit.
Okay.
And the middle base is flush, but everything else sticks out, and it's whatever. They're all the same height, and I got mine little OCD. Everybody's got their own quirks and stuff, but it's good enough. I can try to find them and send you the link when we get off.
Okay, yeah, that works. And also then so I was thinking everybody's saying go to IKEA, get those Billy bookshelves. So what I was thinking too is maybe what I'll do is I'll make it look like a pyramid where if the 2 that I can stack is high, and if the Billies go, then put 1 on each side and just stack them down low like that. Because I got the ones behind me, you could fit in a section. I think you could fit maybe 36 to 37 movies.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So basically, there's 4 rows on each, so it's 12 rows where you can fit 36, 37 movies, but they only come up to chest height. So when we do move, where my TV is going to be, I'm going to. So I might start the collection that way from over there, and then make it go around the room or whatever. So
yeah, these shelves are at least 6 foot tall.
Yeah. So my other question for you is, how many do you have in your total? What is your total count?
See, I got my shit broke down.
Okay.
And I count each season as its own thing.
Okay, that's fine.
So let me see. Let me see if I can find my Instagram page. See, and my account breakdown is in my bio on that page.
Okay.
So right now, I don't know if I updated this. Because Melissa asked me, we recorded last week, and my count was the same. So let's go with 2,320 Blu-ray movies, 315 TV seasons on Blu-ray. I said I got 33 DVDs. I got 178 seasons on DVD on TV. No 4Ks, no VHS.
Dang. See, the funny thing about it was, I had a friend of mine. They were like, start buying, Blu-ray. And I was like, nah, DVD is cheaper. So I started buying DVD. And I was like, you know what? There's certain movies that just look better on Blu-ray. So I started buying movies on Blu-ray. And then I got to a point where I was like, I might as well just upgrade. But now, like, I'll get only certain movies on 4K because they come with the Blu-ray. But it's like the DVDs, like, I would love to upgrade those as well. But eventually, like, I'm hopefully, like, what they're doing, like, Necessary Roughness, Blue Chips, man, all these older movies.
It seems like Paramount's the only studio that wants to put their backlog on Blu-ray right now.
Yeah, like I have the old school 48 hours on Blu-ray. When they came out with the Paramount Presents, I want to get that and another 48 hours. So now I got both of them,
Yeah, I had to upgrade my 48 hours too.
Yeah, so like the first one I snagged was Golden Child. I had to snag that one up real fast.
See, like I don't particularly like those slipcovers.
Yeah,
like, the way there's no Velcro, they don't stay closed, but it's cool that the original movie poster's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And like you see my collection page, like it's a bitch to get them to stand up and stay closed. Yeah. So like I didn't get Golden Child until I saw 48 Hours was coming, because I was like, I have to get another 48 Hours. That's the only Blu-ray Region 1 Blu-ray that exists. So then I was like, fuck it, I gotta go back and get Golden Child. And now I got Breakdown with Kurt Russell.
That's the next one I gotta get.
So I got like 4 or 5 Paramount Presents.
Like this past Tuesday was, like, I was counting. I was like, I can't get them all. It was like I counted like Blacklist season 6. I got Breakdown. I got Necessary Roughness. Like all these. I was like, holy smokes! Like for the month like September when it comes out, it's gonna hurt the wallet quite a bit.
October is worse for me.
Yeah,
like DC Warner Brothers is putting out so much Superman content,
and
then like all the CW shows are coming. Free Guy's about to come out. I think Old is coming out. Snake Eyes is coming out. Suicide Squad's coming out. The animated Superman, Smallville, the Injustice animated movie. October's ridiculous.
Bad. Well, put it like this: I was looking at it. Because I take it you go to Blu-ray.com. That's where I go to make sure all that. From last week in September, like last week, going on to the end of the year, it's going to be ridiculous with a bunch of movies coming out. Like Shang-Chi's coming out just before, like, I think like sometime in November.
I think it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, yeah.
Christmas is canceled, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, so my other question for you is, what got you into collecting?
Coming up, my aunt that I would stay with on the weekends had, like, she worked at a video store, so she would have blank tapes and she would bootleg everything, like 3 movies a tape.
Mm-hmm.
Case was full. My grandma had movie cabinets, VHSs that was full. The house I lived in, my mom had fat movie collection. Like everybody I grew up around just had movies. I've always been around movies since as long as I can remember. Yeah. One of my boys growing up in high school, like we would just go to his house and chill like every day, and his mom would come in from after work shopping whatever with whatever new movie come out that day. Like they had crazy DVDs, and when I joined the Air Force and got out on my own, and I was already growing up, I was already buying stuff, like not that much. When I started working, Tuesday would roll around and I would try to hit Best Buy like every Tuesday. It just become habit, and the bills are paid, and that's just what I want to spend my money on, and no regrets.
No, that's like me. It's like it's people could, like, I call it an addiction. This isn't a bad addiction to have. It could be on, people, it could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? Like I love sneakers, I love movies, I love clothes. So it's like doing this is like I could be spending my money on other things, a lot worse.
Yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
like it's wild, though. But that's how I was growing up too. Like I remember my uncle growing up. He would like every Friday, I think HBO would throw like a secret movie for the month, right? And like one year he was like, he would just, I already know what it is. He'd be like, it'll be Rambo, and like he would just guess, and it was Rambo, and he would go, and that's how he was with his VHS. He would have like all the movies, and he had cases and cases of VHS. Like I remember growing up around movies.
Yeah.
He would take me when he would come from Philly to visit my grandma. He would take me, and it was like 2 for 1. I remember one day a double feature. We saw the movie with C. Thomas Howell, Soul Man, and then the double feature was Firewalker with Chuck Norris and Louis Gossett Jr. And I was like, movies like that. I remember just constantly going to the movies, and there I was just I just got, that's all I would watch too.
Yeah.
So I would watch. So, and my last one is what was your recent purchase? I know like you probably went crazy this past week buying stuff.
Nah, this past Tuesday, the only thing I bought was the Forever Purge, and then
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Best Buy delayed my Batwoman season 2 Blu-ray, and then I got I'm buying every season of New Girl as I finish it. So
Okay.
I just recently got season 5. So technically,
Okay.
New Girl season 5 is my most recent addition. Blu-ray would be
Okay.
Batwoman. But yeah,
Yeah,
What Lies Beneath is coming this Tuesday. Space Jam and what's the other movie to come out this Tuesday?
There's like one big title.
Yeah, like the Space Jam sequel's coming out, and then something else that I'm blanking on is coming out on Tuesday.
I gotta look it up on Blu-ray.com. Like it's Space Jam, What Lies Beneath with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer, and then it's let me see here. That's the thing, is like this is like a terrible app for me because you just get addicted and you just want to keep buying stuff.
Right.
I know they're re-releasing The Relic. I know they're releasing that. They're releasing Dune on Arrow, and then it's American Psycho on 4K, and then it's the whole Halloween Scream Factory, like I think 1 through 5 on 4K.
I've already seen people
that.
pop up with those.
Yeah. So it's funny because the original Halloween had a 4K release like 2 years ago.
When 2018 came out, right?
Yeah. And then, so what they're doing is they're re-releasing and they remastered it. And I know the big thing about it is like, I think in Halloween 5, there's like scenes that weren't in the original movie that are included in.
Oh, it's Escape Room 2.
The Escape Room, that's what it is.
So yeah, I got a
like
relatively
the first one was slick.
I got a relatively slow Tuesday compared to the rest of this month.
Yeah, it's like when you are on usually on Black Friday, that's when whatever I missed in past weeks, I'll just load up come Black Friday for the most part.
Yeah. I
So
actually chill on Black Friday. Like Tuesday roll around, I know what I want. So Black Friday comes and I'm just re-upping my Letterboxd subscription.
yeah. So,
but yeah, man, this was dope, man. I appreciate you jumping in with us. I did this a couple years ago, so if I come back to this topic again, it'll probably be a couple years. But this was Sean. Hit him up. You want to drop your Twitter or your Instagram handles right quick?
Yep, you can at me at Crooklyn2215.
That's it, man. Follow him. I'm gonna come back with the next interview. All right, children. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. It's probably the dude who has the second most appearances all time on this podcast. I'm not going to go through and count Nick and Eric, how many times their faces have been on this show. But it's Nicholas, Zachariah, Goodman. Probably for anybody who might care. Probably the Instagram movie collector who has the most similar taste to mine.
I'd say that's fair.
Yeah, it's pretty fair. Because I watched our last one, and you were saying that something about like animation, like you saw how I was doing mine, and it's how you do yours, and we're always like, for like all summer, I swear, like I'll accidentally see your rating on Letterboxd, because I'll avoid your Instagram post after you put in your stories that your rating is up, and I'll accidentally see it on Letterboxd, and then by the time I've seen the movie, but yeah, we're usually within like 1 star of each other.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, he was right.
What'd you hate? You had Many Saints of Newark at 3.5.
Yeah, it was flirting with a 4.
I gave it a 4.
I couldn't get it there.
There was enough fan service, and I set aside it wasn't a Tony Soprano movie, and I think that's where a lot of the hate is going to come from.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I wouldn't watch it again just to be like, because I watched the whole show. Like, feel like I should watch it again. Maybe I will. Like, maybe after James Bond, like I'll have enough time, but probably not.
Yeah, I'm
probably
sure.
not while it's on HBO.
Yeah, it'll be on Max until what, like November 1st?
November 1st, probably.
And then we'll get a Blu-ray.
Like, free time.
We'll get a Blu-ray by January.
Yeah.
What was I just gonna ask? I forgot now. Let me see. Where's your first question? What in your collection are you most ashamed to admit that you own? But
I don't know.
I would say that we buy everything, so there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, it's like I don't buy everything.
I don't think I do either.
Like, my mother will be like, "You just buy every movie," and I'm like, "I don't." But it's like there's some movies that like suck, but it's like I feel like I have to have them, or if it's like a horrible sequel to like a great movie. Like, the first thing that came to mind when I read the question was the movie Rings. It was like the reboot sequel to The Ring. Came a few years ago. It was like dog shit. It was like a horrendous movie. And I didn't even buy it on release day. But like down the line, I like found it used or something. And I was like, I've got to have it. Because I have The Ring 1 and 2. And it's like, there's no law. There's no law that says I have to have it. There's nobody who's going to be like, what pathetic. But yeah, that's the first one that came to mind. But it's stuff like that.
That actually answers I have you down for the last question, the whole like completionist. Yeah. Do you feel the need to complete a series even if it has a bad entry?
Yeah, it's like, what am I gonna like skip one? Like, that's weird.
Because
that's saying weirder than
it's
owning
like
the bad movie.
What if they do a sequel to Rings and it's brilliant?
Yeah,
you're just sitting there with the second one, but not the first one.
Like, eventually they'll reboot The Ring again, and I'll just have to do a whole thing. It's like, what am I going to skip Rings? That's weird.
Exactly.
That's weirder to me than not owning. That's weirder to me than owning the bad movie. Somebody's like, holy shit, you actually bought this? That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I was like, it's like, I don't know. And it's some movies, I don't care. Like, I'll go see a movie, it sucks, and I don't want to own it. And that happens sometimes. But it's like sometimes it's like I feel like I have to. It just feels like it needs to be in my collection. Like that movie Reminiscence.
Oh, dude, get out of my head.
Yeah.
That's like, where I was going.
I don't like that movie that much. I don't know anybody that really did. But, like, if I don't buy it when it comes like that, that's weird to me. Like, I feel like I'm going to buy it when it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that was August for me. Like, Reminiscence was like, it's like, this isn't very good. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Don't Breathe 2. I almost hate it. But then I saw the Blu-ray.com posting, and I know I'm going to get them.
Yeah, and you're like, ooh, look at that clean cover.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody in the world would care. Like, not even movie people. Like, movie collectors wouldn't be like, you didn't buy Reminiscence? Like, they wouldn't care. But, like, I don't know. I'm probably going to buy it when it comes out.
Exactly. Like,
I don't know.
Like this Tuesday, like Escape Room 2. Like, it was fine. I have the first one, so I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, I don't need to own Escape Room 2. I don't need to watch it ever again. But if there's an Escape Room 3,
I'll be there.
I'm going to watch 1 and 2 again. And it's
Exactly.
like, I'm going to own them, invest, instead of like being like, oh, is it on Netflix or is it on Hulu or is it on Tubi or whatever?
Exactamundo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since we answered your last one, we're gonna make this the last one. How often do you blind buy, and what will lead to a blind buy?
I do it less now than I used to because I see movies in the theater more now. Like ever since I just like concretely decided that I'm going to see movies by myself now, which was about maybe 5 years ago. Like I would see them by myself, but like not that often. But like about 5 years ago, I think it was the movie 999 came out.
That didn't come.
And I wanted to see it. I was like, dude, this looks like this is a movie I want to see. It looks up my alley. But I was like, I'm not going to find anybody that wants to see that movie. Like nobody even knows what it is. So I just like went and I was like, this is great. I'm having a great time. Not really. But I was just like, this is fun. Like I should just start doing this all the time. So since I see everything that I kind of want to see at the theater, it's usually now just like movies that are like the movie The Card Counter.
All right. There were some technical malfunctions on my end, not on the end of the good man. So I had asked you the blind buy question. So let's pick up from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I started talking, but I do it less now than I used to. Simply just because I see more movies in the theater now than I used to. Like pretty much anything I want to see, I go see. So I usually know when it comes out if I want to buy it. It's just like random, like that movie, The Card Counter, that came out a couple weeks ago. Didn't come to any theaters around me. I thought it was a wide release, but I guess it just wasn't.
I don't think anything that weekend was a wide release. I didn't get anything that weekend. Maybe Malignant. I don't know if I got Malignant either.
Yeah, it just didn't come anywhere near me. But like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like that movie. So whenever it comes out, like I'll probably just blind buy that. And truth be told, that'll be the first like real blind buy to something that like I probably should have seen in a while.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like stuff like, you know, those DC movies and stuff like that. Like I don't watch those before I buy them.
Those don't
But even if
count.
it's like, yeah, those don't count. It's like that's gonna be part of the collection.
I'm not counting Injustice as a blind buy.
No, like, but it's just stuff like that usually.
Yeah.
But I used to do it fairly often. Like if it was like a Disney movie or something, and I hadn't seen it, it was like, well, I'm obviously gonna put it on my Disney shelf,
Yeah.
and I would just buy it. Well, now you know, Disney movies, big mainstream movies like that, always get seen first by me. So, that's, you know, I'm not anti-blind buy. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, why would you buy something that you haven't seen? It's like, well, shut up. I don't know.
My philosophy is bad movies build character. So if I buy something I didn't see in the theater and it's not good or I don't like it, oh well.
I'm stronger for it. Yeah. Like,
Right.
I made it through. I don't remember the last time like I blind bought a movie and then watched it and it was like so horrible.
Oof.
I mean, maybe I'm sure that has happened, but there's nothing sticking out of my head. It was like, remember that time you bought Assholes Anonymous and then it was like the worst movie you've ever seen? It's like
I feel like
maybe
I
I
feel
don't
like
know. Like maybe there's like American Pie spin-offs.
yeah. We know
Like
what we're
something
getting
like
into.
that.
We know what we're getting into with the American Pie straight to video movies.
Yeah, again, like I wasn't exactly expecting like
High Art, the first movie.
Casablanca. Yeah. But
I feel like I have like 3 blind buys this year, but I can only think of The Marksman and Boogie.
yeah. So I didn't get Boogie. That movie just like escaped my radar. And then it came out, and I was like, oh, Boogie.
I bought Fat Man at the end of last year. I watched that in December.
See, I skipped that too. Like a lot of times, it's like, yeah, if something's coming out, if I've only got like a passing interest in it, I'll just skip it. Like I'll be like, yeah, whatever. Or like sometimes if I'm building up my collection, like I'll go buy like some classic that I don't own, or like something from a director that I like but I've never seen. I'll just buy that, and then watch it to be determined later.
Before Cry Macho came out, I threw like 5 or 6 Clint Eastwood movies on my Amazon wish list.
Mm-hmm. I've got, the Ben's got a lot of it. Like that's another thing. It's like I would like to own like all the Clint's movies.
Yeah,
I have a lot of, but I have not seen 100% of them. Like that, I would be lying if I said that I had seen all of his westerns.
That's a lot of fucking movies.
That would be a lot. Yeah.
Before my shitty internet connection ends this, so I can properly end this, did you cook up anything that you wanted to ask about my collection?
No.
You want to ask about that Constantine cartoon again?
Yeah. What the hell? You still haven't bought it?
I still never bought it.
Son of a bitch. Constantine cartoon.
So I mean, you did this on the first go around, so I'm gonna ask just for fun because it's funny to me, and because this is episode 69. How's the Will Trade Codes for Nudes hashtag going?
It's going pretty great. I don't get a lot of code requests anymore, so like that hashtag really is probably confusing. Like anybody who actually reads the tags is probably like, "What a pig!"
Yeah.
Like,
Females. Oh my gosh, I feel so objectified.
What a pig. If you'd have been here like 6 or 7 years ago, though, they would have been like in on the joke.
That shit was a vibe.
Master.
Eat ass and Will Trade Codes for Nudes.
Yeah, eat ass. I'd be like, no, you would have understood. This played better like 6 or 7 years ago. But I strictly use it just to like sometimes I'll just like look through my own shit. I'll be like, yeah, this is good for me.
Like, the other day I clicked on it and then I put like, however you can arrange them, like most recent or whatever. And I'm scrolling through and like Nick's like really evolved from like the multiples in one picture to the how he does it now. It's a process.
I started doing it about 5 years ago, and I didn't center or adjust the pictures at all. So like some of them are kind of far away and like not centered. Like the bottom is smaller than the top. But I was like, yeah, this will be a new cool thing that I'll do for a little while, and I've been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah. Man, like
going nowhere.
It's so frustrating doing mine because I always feel like mine's off. Like I try to do like that 3 movie space around the new movie, and it feels like, because my whole apartment is like on a slant. Like the foundation's not level. If you watch my movie reviews, the posters behind me are crooked. I feel like when I post my new Tuesday pickups, I feel like they're all crooked. But it's whatever.
I've deleted the entire post before. Like I've like tagged the people and done the whole thing, but then it's like you look at it, it looks okay, and once you post it and actually see it, it's just like I'm like nope. I'll just go back and adjust it just a little bit, but then sometimes they still come up crooked.
I'm pretty sure I've done that, but
that's what.
It's time to prepare for Mr. Sigmund.
Nice.
In 2 weeks, hopefully you'll be back. Don't make plans for 2 Sundays from today.
Right now, I don't think I have any. But who's to say? I don't know.
Shit happens.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird.
We'll have a regular podcast again and probably talk something horror. I didn't realize we'll have 3 October shows, so we probably do 2 horror shows this month.
Yeah.
What? E-Sig. Got my guy back, man. Nick was just on. Eric just on. See, like, we doing the Q&As and we doing them one-on-one. But technically, the whole panel was on this podcast. So, like, I do my thing. I buy movies every week. But I, like, pay attention to a lot of collectors. And like I told y'all last one, like me and Nick got real similar tastes, and like I feel like me and Eric got like real similar tastes, but his taste is a little more sophisticated and nuanced, and I appreciate that. So
Oh man.
the first question I got for you is, how are your movies arranged? What if they're not all in the crib?
Yeah. Now, last time we spoke, my movies were in storage. Most of them still some of them still in Chicago. I have all of them now. They're just not all pulled up there in my closet. But
You living in Texas, pretty much Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and you got some movies in Chicago.
Yeah, they were in Chicago. I recently just got them my past birthday in May.
Chicago.
Yeah.
No. Vallejo. Yo ass. Here we ho again and shit.
Oh man.
Hey,
That's funny.
that's music. Like Ludacris skits is unmatched. But as long as you got your stuff back, that's all I was concerned with.
Oh yeah.
Because I was watching Child's Play this morning. They take place in Chicago. I know Chicago is dangerous.
Oh man.
I got The Strangler. But they're not
Nice.
arranged though.
Man. No, so the movies I do, you can probably see some up there, and this room, my finger's there right there.
Nah, like you know Skype cuts off the frame.
Yeah. So even if they can't see, I'm gonna move the camera over a little bit.
Um,
So right here, this shelf, that's not empty. That's a cloth right there.
you gotta keep moving.
So right, can you see it now? I got this new fancy 16 by 9 widescreen camera. That's why y'all probably don't see what I see.
Do you see what I see? Do you see
But no,
what
it's
I see?
So how do I have my movies arranged? That's your original question,
Yes.
right? So it depends on the type. So I'm a steelbook guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I got them arranged regular cases alphabetically. And by regular cases, I mean the Blu-rays we talk about, because that's mostly what we get now. Blu-ray snap cases, I got those alphabetical. And then specialty cases like steel books and box sets, I put those separate alphabetically.
See, I always wanted to pull all of my box sets and like put them at the end, but then like the way that my like rectangular shelves are split, like something would break and there'd be a gap. And then there's movies like the Bourne series that have 2 outside of the box set, or like Indiana Jones 5 is coming. That's why like I hate that Universal releases a box set every time Fast and Furious comes out, because then they're about to do another one. And some schmuck is going to buy that 9 movie box set with 10 just on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell they don't really think ahead with these current active series.
It's
of
like,
movies.
release a box set once you're actually done with the franchise.
Nah, they want to maximize every single penny that they can.
Idiots.
But yeah, that's basically it with me. I just organize them by the type, basically box set,
Yeah.
regular case, steel books, because that's that'll be about it.
All right, next one. When I put your first initial by this question, this is like knowing how you like critique movies and everything. Like, this is some shit that I really wanted to ask you. So it's like, what bad movies do you own? Like, I asked Sean this. What bad movies do you own? Like, in your opinion, bad, and like what led you to buying that movie? It's actually in the shot.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right? Without the light on
That's the Josh Trank directed Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like
So,
Mr. Sigmund had was ready for that question.
so you can see it's still in the plastic.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Because I'm not gonna watch it.
When
Look at this.
Did I watch that shit before Capone came out? I've watched it in the last year or two.
Oh, man.
It's not good.
It's terrible, and we know the behind the scenes deal
Yeah.
by this point. And we're not gonna get into that, but I like this. So with steel books, American steelbooks. They usually come in like a flat matte. It's just flat but this one actually is engraved and embossed.
You got to bring that closer to the microphone.
There we go. You can't press. Whoop, there we go. There we go.
There you
I don't
go.
know how well you can see it, but it's engraved and embossed, the 4 and the border around it.
Yeah.
And even the letters. That usually doesn't happen. I know it seems weird to non-steelbook collectors, but you can literally have the same design and it'll be flat and just like somebody just painted the title on it. And the European version would be the same thing, but it'll be embossed and lifted off of the case. But this one, I just bought it. It was a steelbook that was $7. So
yeah, should have been $4.
Yeah, so no, that's probably it. And I got one I recently bought. It's not here. I think it's over there. Green Lantern. I also bought it because it's a steelbook.
Yeah.
And if we want to talk about, it's not the most horrible superhero movie.
Yeah, Green Lantern ain't bad.
It's just they could have done so much with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Did.
That's what I was saying when the Protege came out, man. Can we stop blaming Martin Campbell for Green Lantern? Like, that shit was not his fault.
It wasn't. And just recently we learned about they were butting heads behind the scenes. He and Ryan Reynolds or whoever.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so it's always something.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I believe it though. He like to improv and all that.
Right. But yeah, that's one of the. Now there's another one. Very recent one. I actually. This probably go to another one of your questions, so I'm gonna save it.
All right. Even though you don't know what I'm gonna ask you.
Right. I'm gonna come back to it. I'll remember if it's not because it's on the list.
All right. My next one is do you own any movies or any TV shows that you haven't seen?
Any movies, TV shows I haven't seen.
I don't know if you buy a lot of TV.
What's that?
So I don't know if you buy a lot of TV.
No, I don't actually buy a lot of TV. Yeah, but you can't see. I don't know what you're seeing, but I know one.
Bro, like it cuts off. Like I see the Black Panther poster and a couple Funkos, and yeah, like right there.
Yeah.
Bring it in a little bit.
What's that?
Your hand, yeah, right there.
I'm that tight in the shot.
That's as wide as I'm getting.
Let me tell you what I'm seeing. My hands, well, you can't see it because it's not wide.
But when you see it on YouTube, you gonna see like the corner of my couch. Like my shot cuts off the E, the A, and the D on the sign behind me.
Oh man, that's crazy. But no, I don't buy a lot of TV. The last set, and it's not even set because I bought them all individually, is but I have all the seasons, is 24.
All right.
But I don't have any shows that I haven't seen.
Movies?
Movies? Oh yeah. So there's a movie out there.
I think everybody got some movies they haven't seen before.
No, I got a lot, but there's one in particular. I just keep forgetting about it. I bought it. It's a steelbook. And I remember I bought it from Target because they screwed up on the pricing. It was like a $35 steelbook, and I got it for $10.
Damn.
So it's a movie called Ender's Game.
Okay. This was I think Nick mentioned this movie the last time we did this Q&A thing. Yeah. That's crazy. The Harrison Ford sci-fi.
Yeah, so I hadn't I'm familiar with the story because it's based on a different source material, but I just can't get around to watch it. I don't know why. And another movie, a lot of people are disappointed at me with this. I have it.
Don't break my heart, Sigmund.
And it actually was hard to find at a point, I think on DVD and Blu-ray.
Damn.
But it's streaming now, and I've since. No, I don't have the Blu-ray. I forget which one. No, it was the DVD that was hard to find. Now I have the Blu-ray, and I still haven't seen it. So it's a Mel Gibson movie, and I'll give you a guess. You want to guess what it is?
Kind of.
Go ahead, take a guess. You'll get it. I bet you.
I think the easy answer is Apocalypto.
So yes, it's Apocalypto.
All right. That's what I was thinking. Mel Gibson directing or acting?
Yeah, just directing. But I keep hearing amazing things about this movie. I own it and never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. I don't think I've given it a full watch.
There we go.
So
Yeah,
we're kind of in the same boat. But it's like
haven't seen that.
after watching Hacksaw Ridge when that came on Blu-ray, like I was blown away. Like I loved Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah,
so I was
that was
like,
a great
man,
movie.
I got to go back and watch everything else he directed.
Yep, he's probably only directing a handful of movies, right?
Yeah, I want to say The Man Without a Face,
Man Without a Face,
Braveheart, Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto, and Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, man, that's it, ain't it?
Yeah, he had his scandal and he faded away for a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, that's and it's definitely trying to think of a couple other ones. But I know I do own plenty. I own a lot of freaking movies like you. Not as much as you. I'm still small potatoes when it comes to that.
You'll get there one day, young Padawan. Last one I got down for you is Is there anything in your collection that you regret buying after you watched it?
You said after I watched it?
Yeah. Like maybe it was a blind buy or whatever, and then you watched it and you're like,
man.
Ugh, gross.
Where was it? I had it over here. That would probably be I don't have it over here. Did I see that in theaters? No, I didn't. That's what happened. I went to go see. I had a choice to go see two movies. Was this 2014? I had a choice to see two movies. I'm like, okay.
Either White Men Can't Jump or
no, that's 92. That one. So, Non-Stop with Liam Neeson.
Okay.
That's the airplane movie. And RoboCop, the remake, whatever, reboot, whatever.
I didn't hate that one.
Yeah. I had time to go see. I only had time to go see one. I went to go see Non-Stop.
Man, you must have been busy. They came out like 2 weeks apart.
Now, what'd you?
I said you must have been busy. They came out like 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why. I wanted to see, but I chose, and I didn't see RoboCop in theaters for some reason. And I bought that, and I remember not liking it a lot. But I don't know if that'll fall under regret buying it.
I think that's one of those that like warranted the remake just because of the effects. Like I thought when they like took the whole suit apart and you could like see his brain floating in the little robot head. That was cool.
It's great effects, but still they really didn't. I mean, they better look better. The
right.
Effects. But as far as everything else, I don't think they improved upon anything.
Nah.
Like the lore, and
it's
the first one was great and still relevant because of the social commentary satire. You know, it wasn't just a brainless action flick, the first one. That's why it transcends and still holds up to this day. And
I want to say it's like the Karate Kid remake or the recent Candyman. Like it's good, it's watchable, but it's not better than the first one.
Right, and technically the Candyman sequel.
Technically. Technically.
I mean, come on.
You know what I mean.
No, but yeah, I hear you. It's
reviving the franchise, and they just didn't outdo. I don't know why that's
popping out. I'm sure there's something definitely that's worse than that. But no, I can't. I know you and Nick, y'all buy every freaking thing.
Hey man, we was just talking about that, man. Like, no, we don't.
No, man. And I slowed down just a bit. I know years ago, Target used to have this section. It was called the $3, $5, and like $10 movies. I don't know if you remember that.
Should bring that back.
Yeah, and like every week I used to go just rack up. That's how my collection built up and go into the bargain bin stuff. But yeah, I think that's because every bad movie I pretty much seen was in theaters, or I don't think I blind bought any like horrible movies that I regretted.
Yeah. What was the one that you was gonna circle back to?
All right, so the one. What was the second question you asked? Oh, that was Was that the bad movie that I bought?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, it's not a bad movie to me. So, yeah, what's that? The second question?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people consider this movie to be bad.
What do you like? Not the general consensus was the question. The question was, what do you think was bad, and you bought that shit?
No, I got you. So that's not gonna count then, because the movie I was thinking of, general consensus, was Howard the Duck, and that recently came out 4K.
I got Howard the Duck.
Yeah. So no, if that's the case, nah, just yeah, no, it's not really anything that I own that's I think is just downright terrible. Or is there? Yeah, nah, because I don't own Dark Phoenix. Oh man.
Hey, that was 2018. That was Eric Stigman's favorite movie of the year. Don't let him lie to you. Or was it 19? I think it was 19.
That was 19, wasn't it?
Yeah. Feels longer.
Oh my god, yeah, it does. But yeah, that's pretty simple with me when it comes to that.
Before we roll out, did you have anything about my collection that you cooked up that you wanted to ask me?
No.
I knew you was gonna say no after that big old laugh.
No, that's not true. That was actually, it was a question on here. Yeah, I'm curious about that question. What bad movies that you bought that you regretted?
No regrets, baby girl. Nah, like I told, I don't know if I asked Melissa this or not, but like I was answering everything after she answered it, and I should just make you watch her segment to get that answer. But nah, it's like I got Jack and Jill because I have this compulsion that I need Sandler's career. I have Scary Movie 5 because I can't have 5 and not the other 4. I have The Last Airbender because I need M. Night's career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like minor OCD compulsion. That's how I have bad movies.
Yeah. There we go. Broke up a bit. I got one interesting for you that I'm surprised you didn't ask. I don't think you've asked me this even on the last one.
What you got?
How many, what do we call them? What's the phrase for it when we buy the same movie multiple times?
If I've ever double dipped,
yeah, double, triple, quadruple.
It's to like upgrade, like Disney individually releasing the Star Wars movies, or like when the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies come out with those black slipcovers. I've upgraded those. Or like recently, like Blue Chips, The Longest Yard, like they came out on Blu-ray for the first time, and I got rid of my DVDs. So my double dips, like I'm not Nick on Star Wars, like you know what I'm saying, like Nick will buy every version of Star Wars and that's his thing, that's dope. Or like you and Scott Pilgrim, that's your thing.
And that's funny. I just ordered
another version of Scott Pilgrim.
Titans of the Colts.
I had watched the Colts game earlier.
Oh my God, would you stop it?
No,
not Colts. The Colts.
No.
So Titans of the Colts is an independent. They're independent company. They produced limited rare versions of steelbooks, and actually they're really hard to get. And I'm surprised I got my hands on. So this Scott Pilgrim I just ordered would be my 7th Scott Pilgrim Blu-ray that I'm getting.
Damn.
So yeah, that's I have steelbook wires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steelbooks. No, this would be the 6th steelbook, and overall it'll be the 8th Scott Pilgrim, because I got the regular Blu-rays, I got the 4K regular case and slipcover, and so yeah, and Drive, I'm like that with Drive, but no, I just happen to have disc. It is a disc, but this on my desk. The first ever steelbook that I bought. I have 150 of them.
Damn.
The first ever steelbook I bought was in 2007. I bought it just because of the movie, not because it was a steelbook. I'm like, oh, cool case, but it's this movie. And it was the 20th anniversary. And movie we just mentioned.
in 2007, 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's not Lethal Weapon.
Mm-mm.
We just mentioned it within the past few minutes.
Oh yeah.
From 1987.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned it to talk about it, the movie, the remake of it.
Oh, so it's RoboCop.
Yeah. So this one right here.
That's
the
cold.
First steel book I ever bought. From Best
that's
Buy.
dope. Best Buy. The days when Best Buy was actually a place to go buy movies.
So I don't know what the heck is that we still recording, but yeah, they've been screwing up lately.
Yeah.
Just
Best
overall.
Buy, get your shit together. But that's a segue. E-Sig, my guy. I was gonna do this among everybody, but I wanted to shout you out, say the shit was dope, that you ended up on the good pods, most listened lists. That shit was super cold.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate it. We do this because we love it. And obviously, you got to.
If you watching, if you listening, hit up that Signet Cinema podcast. Not just because I said, not just because I'm on a couple episodes, but you could go listen. Y'all listen to the man. Dude is very informative. I'm the dunce cap schmuck, man. He's the brains behind it all. Right. I don't know nothing. I just watch movies.
No.
I got one more interview to do, one more Q&A, and I'm gonna wrap this episode up, man. It's Rec League. All right, last Q&A for this episode, man. I like to let first timers on the podcast introduce themselves, government names, social media handles, whatever you comfortable with, man. Introduce yourself.
My government name is James Jamel Odin. I just definitely gave my whole first name.
Yeah.
My Twitter handle is the Lotus Lebowski. Instagram is Hokage Style, and that's from Naruto, of course, anime. And then I'm a big Lebowski fan, so that's where my Twitter name came from.
Hell yeah, great movie taste.
Yeah.
So the first question I ask everybody, except I had a couple dudes who did it last time and came back, so I didn't ask them. But everybody who did this for the first time, I ask them, how many movies do you have? Do you know how many movies in your collection?
Yeah, I do have the Blu-ray app that I don't think you can download anymore. Actually, I have 275, and that's pretty small compared to most of the people that I follow on Instagram, or even compared to you. I don't have enough room for all the movies that I want. So whenever I finally get a house, that's when I'm really, really gonna go all out. There's so many box collections that I want that I don't have, or just I can't get as many steelbooks as I want, or just anything.
Man, you said you wanted me to answer the same questions. I don't even want to answer this question now.
And you got?
I told one of the guys earlier that I broke it down. I have a page just for my collection on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I broke in my bio, I have the breakdown. I got 2,320 movies, maybe 21. I don't know if I updated it last week. I got 315 TV seasons, because one of the guys that if you watch the whole thing, you'll see one of the guys that I was talking to earlier, he counts the entire series of Game of Thrones as one title, but I break it down
I didn't do that. I counted I think I did, because the Blu-ray app, it breaks down your box set, but they give you one number over here, then one number over there, and it tells you how many discs you have, but then you got another number. So I just chose the biggest number. I'm counting discs.
Yeah, see, I count seasons, so I got 315 TV seasons. I still got 33 DVDs, and I got 178 seasons of TV on DVD.
I only own, as far as DVDs, maybe 4 DVDs. I remember when I first started my Blu-ray collection, we had a place called Movie Stop. Okay. And I took all of my DVDs there, and I pawned them in. Movie Stop is almost like GameStop, but they're actually out of business now. So basically, you can take your movies there, trade them in for store value or money, and then get movies back. So that's how I started my Blu-ray collection. And I traded in over 100 DVDs, and I probably got maybe 15 Blu-rays, and that's how I just started my collection.
But you don't. I remember asking you a long time ago. You don't collect what's it, steelbooks or 4K that you don't have.
Neither one.
Really? Why?
I'm a sucker for like the bare bones case with the slip covers. Like I think slip covers is the cleanest to me. Everybody got their own preference. Like you follow Sigma Cinema?
I don't think I do. I probably do, but
he was on right before you, and he was talking about how he likes steelbooks and all of that. So yeah,
I collect steelbooks too.
And like my thing about 4Ks is like I got like minor OCD. So like when Blu-rays was coming, I was buying up Blu-rays, snatching up Blu-rays. I was tossing the DVDs. If I start buying 4Ks, I'm gonna start tossing the Blu-rays. But I'm noticing like brand new releases, like for example, Escape Room 2 comes out on Tuesday. I don't know if it's getting a 4K, like brand new stuff. Like not everything is coming out on 4K. So right now, I don't see the point.
Well, you do know the 4K comes with a Blu-ray copy, right?
Yeah.
I have OCD too, but I wanted to upgrade my screen quality anyway, like picture quality. There are some titles that I'm double backing and getting 4K copies of. Like I own, for some odd reason, I own like maybe 4 copies of Ghost in the Shell, the anime.
Okay.
I have the regular slipcover version. I have the new 4K version. I have the steelbook version. What's that? The Mondo steelbook version, the collector's edition. And I'm not sure if that was 4 or not, but I own like 4 copies of that, and I don't need 4 copies. But whenever I see a great art cover, I gotta have it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a sucker for that. But 4K is actually interesting once you have a good setup for it.
That's
you got a 4K player and a TV. So I'm going to keep doing 4K. And as far as Blu-ray, the only thing that Blu-ray that I'll probably keep buying is probably anime, because I don't see a difference in 4K anime compared to Blu-ray. It's the same to me. But a lot of the older films you need to buy in 4K because it's a lot better.
Okay, the transition and the upgrade and everything.
Well, yeah, because actually everything is shot in 4K, but they downgraded for us. Like we're getting movies like in 2K or something like that.
Yeah,
I remember watching. There's a guy on YouTube that I follow. He's like films at home. And he's like really, really good at describing the difference between 4K and Blu-ray and how it's shot. Like most films are actually shot in 4K, especially in like the 30s, 40s, 50s. Anything shot on film, period, is actually 4K. So, yeah, my 275.
Let me see. Next one I had down for you was what in your collection are you like most ashamed to admit that you own?
The Ghost in the Shell live action, even though I still think the Ghost in the Shell live action is good, but it's still not that good. And probably the worst movie that I own is X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay.
I can't stand that fucking movie. Oh, can I cuss?
Yeah, I'm not tripping.
Okay, I can't stand that fucking movie. I cannot stand that movie.
Yeah, see.
What's the worst one that you own?
Man, it's like multi-tiered, man, because like I was on a run where I was like, I need like all the Adam Sandler stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then he just started coming.
You're a completionist.
Yeah, exactly. That's the last question I got on here, and I got you down for that shit too. So like
that's why I own X-Men Apocalypse.
But it's just not like franchises. Like it's like filmographies. Mm-hmm. Like Adam Sandler. I got all the Adam Sandler like trash movies before he bailed to Netflix. Like one of my go-to examples is like The Last Airbender, all the M. Night Shyamalan movies.
I refuse to buy that. I love Avatar. Like I love the cartoon is like one of the best. It's on Samurai Jack's like as far as how good it is. It's when it comes to American cartoons anyway.
Yeah.
But I will not ever buy that shit. That movie is so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. I know. I don't even watch the cartoon like that, but yeah, like that movie.
So you never seen the cartoon?
Nah, I'm not huge on anime.
Well, it's technically not an anime. It's actually a cartoon, a Western cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, have you ever seen Castlevania on Netflix?
Mm.
Do yourself a favor. Listen, do yourself a favor. Have you ever seen Samurai Jack?
Maybe a couple episodes back in the day. I
Okay.
think I was a little too old when it blew up.
I'll just tell you now. Do yourself a favor. Watch Castlevania on Netflix. Watch Samurai Jack, and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender actually has a sequel called Korra: The Legend of Korra. It's even better to me actually, but it's worth the watch.
Then
But
you gonna make
that's
me
not
throw a
anime.
Blu-ray,
That's
right?
technically a cartoon.
All right.
Watch it. Trust me, you will not be disappointed.
Let me see. Next one I got. What's the first Blu-ray that you bought or a movie in your collection, whatever, however you want to go at it, and then the most recent one.
I thought about that, and I wrote that one down too. As far as I can tell you, the first, I don't know if the first Blu-ray that I bought was either Avengers, Any Given Sunday, or Almost Famous. But I know I had those movies in the same time frame. So I don't know which one I technically had first, and then I bought these Blu-rays when I didn't even have a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
But I forgot that my PlayStation 4 was a Blu-ray player, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have it for."
I do got a Blu-ray player.
Blu-ray player, even though my TV wasn't even 1080p, it was like 720. So those were some of the first movies that I bought. As far as the last few movies I bought, I bought Black Widow. I bought The Thing on 4K. Actually, Black Widow's in 4K too. I bought the Steelbook, the Best Buy exclusive, and Tombstone, which is my favorite Western.
Yeah, I watched Tombstone earlier this year.
And I'm going to start like buying movies in like certain genres. Like if I want to buy, I don't have Overlord yet. So if I buy Overlord, I want to buy like another movie in that genre. It's like, so if I buy Overlord, maybe I want to get The Invisible Man. And what's that movie with Christian Stewart, Underwater, which was a good movie. I really enjoy that movie. Like movies like in the same genre, I want to start buying those. Like I bought Her, Whiplash, and Birdman all at the same time.
Okay.
So like those movies to me are like in the same genre, especially because they were like Oscar contender movies as well. So like that's how I really want to start buying movies.
I need to rewatch Birdman.
Like Birdman was a blind buy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blind buy. Actually, Whiplash.
I think it was
too.
for me too.
Birdman and Whiplash was a blind buy because actually I didn't even hear these movies until the Oscars that came. I was like, wow, like you know how like when the Oscars were going on and they show you a clip of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that looks good. And why haven't I heard? When I seen them, it blew my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm in a small border town in Texas, so like my theater doesn't get a lot. So yeah, Whiplash, like all the award stuff, like I'll have to blind buy if I want to see it.
So your theater, what theater chain do you have?
It's a Cinemark.
What's the highest quality screen do y'all have there?
I'm not exactly sure. Like I know they don't have no XD or no IMAX or anything like that. It's standard.
So you never seen a film in Dolby? Oh man. Whenever you get a chance and you get to an AMC, like I actually have the AMC stubs.
Yeah.
It's where I can go see 3 movies a week, and that is worth every single penny.
Shit.
But
if I wasn't
whenever you
here,
get a chance, you need to see a film in Dolby Vision, and try to sit in like the D or the E area, where it's a little bit where the walkthrough is, but right above the handicap area. That's where you want to sit. Dolby will blow your mind.
Yeah. I mean, I'm jealous of you guys that's in the city, multiple theater choices and all of that.
Yeah, my AMC that I usually go to has 24, so I have 24 films to pick from.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit. We got 8, and I think they had Venom on 2 screens this weekend.
Did you see Venom?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Addams Family, Venom, and the Many Saints of Newark all yesterday.
So, okay, I'm not a fan of the first Venom film, and I really don't want to see the second Venom film, but I'm probably going to see it anyway. as far as the New York Saints. I mean, not the New York Saints. What is it?
The Many Saints of Newark.
Yeah, but the movie. I mean, The Sopranos. I've never seen The Sopranos.
You never seen The Sopranos?
I've only seen like the first 2 episodes, and I fell off. But for someone who I really, really love mob movies, and I'm a huge Scorsese fan. I'm like a huge Scorsese fan. I really want to get into Sopranos, so I want to start it. But I was telling myself maybe I should just watch the movie first and then start the series. But
nah, it's too many Easter eggs, and they actually spoil something huge in the movie.
So I need to watch the series.
You need
first.
to know the show before you see the movie.
So maybe if I watch the show and just buy it, hopefully by the time it drops on physical copy, I'll be finished with the series. But I really want to watch the show because I know it's up there as like one of the greatest shows of all time.
It's my favorite series ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, Jesus Christ. So, why do you keep collecting physical media?
That's a question I never thought about. My wife always asks me, like, what happens when they stop putting out Blu-rays? What you gonna do?
Oh, they won't. Like, trust me, people say that to me all the time. And you wanna know, they be like, streaming is better. Yeah, it is, but the picture quality is not actually better.
Exactly.
Because on the disc, it's not as compressed as it is when it comes to streaming.
I just think I got so much. Why stop now?
Exactly, but it's just something about the physical copy. Like, I love taking a disc and putting it in my player and playing it.
Exactly.
I just love enjoying the artwork and all that too.
Exactly. What if your internet crashes? What you gonna watch?
Exactly. And trust me, there's been plenty of times when, the power, not the power out, but someone internet's not working or the cable's not working.
Yeah.
Like I send them a picture of like my physical copy. I'm like, you see, I can watch this. You can't.
Exactly.
So I'm never probably gonna stop collecting physical media. It's just the way it is.
Am I answering the first and most recent editions?
Yes, of course. Yes. I'm
okay.
Sorry.
I was gonna jump to the last question. I didn't know if I had answered yet.
Mm-hmm.
My first Blu-rays, I was at home in Indy. I had been out the military maybe 9 months or so, and I was against Blu-ray at first. I got all these DVDs. I don't want to upgrade all my stuff. And it was my birthday, 2009, and my wife now, my girl at the time, she sent me a Blu-ray player, and she intended to send me Forgetting Sarah Marshall, American Gangster, and The Dark Knight, but she sent me Forgetting Sarah Marshall, American Gangster, and Batman Begins. It was a win-win, so those was my first 3.
Really?
And, yeah, and then
I can remember the first. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I can remember the first time I've seen Batman Begins in theaters. Like I can remember the first time I've seen most movies in theaters.
It's amazing. Batman Begins was a game changer, and then The Dark Knight was a game changer. Like, you got to remember that.
Most recent ones. The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, I was saying Batman Begins and The Dark Knight were both game changers, so you can't forget the first time you saw them.
Yeah, actually, The Dark Knight really. I think that was one of the first movies I went to the movie theater to see over again, like multiple times.
I saw that shit twice opening day.
The only movie that I think I seen twice opening day was Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers Endgame. When I tell you Guardians of the Galaxy was
so good,
that soundtrack, just everything was hitting. Everything. I'm talking about the moment I walked out of theater, I bought me another ticket. I said, I need to see this again.
Yeah. Like James Gunn was in a groove.
Yeah, he really was.
I can't wait for 3.
Did you like Suicide Squad?
I did.
Okay, yeah. So I really enjoyed the Suicide Squad, even though it technically bombed in theaters. But I really enjoyed it, and I've noticed a lot of people are saying that they like the first Suicide Squad better than that one. I was like, man, y'all have no idea the history behind first Suicide Squad film compared to what this is, and then people were like, "Why is there a big starfish at the end?" I was like, "It's a comic book movie."
Yeah, it's like
type of imagination.
Like man, you be on social just like me. Like James Gunn went with the most obscure characters he possibly could because it's comic accurate.
Mm-hmm. He really did, and then Bloodsport, his whole technology in his suit was just so amazing. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, you saw all the post-credit scene and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I think Peacemaker comes out on HBO Max in January.
Yes, he has a show coming, and I'm actually excited to see that.
Oh yeah, I'm hyped for that because I always think John Cena is like real mid or just straight bad in all his movies. And
I thought John Cena was
especially like F9.
12 rounds when John Cena was in it. Was that 12 rounds his first movie?
Either that or The Marine.
Well, actually, The Marine is good too. Like, it's one of those movies that
I recently bought those. I haven't seen them.
Like, it's a movie that sucks, but it's good.
Yeah.
And then 12 rounds is good as well.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. But he was like Cena was like overly serious in F9. Like I thought he brought F9 down.
I haven't even seen F9 yet.
Oh shit!
I didn't want to go to the theaters. Like I was, whenever it came out, I was just like,
yeah.
I love the Fast and the Furious franchise, and I haven't even bought it yet.
Okay.
But I'm just like I didn't lose interest, but it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'll watch it eventually, you know. And
but it's like,
and I'll watch 10 and 11 whenever it come out.
But James Gunn doing a Suicide Squad movie, I knew. I was like, he's got to get the best out of John Cena, and I think he did.
Yeah, definitely that.
Enough to give him his own show.
But I think the beginning is what really set the tone. Like I wasn't expecting that to happen.
No,
I wasn't expecting that at all to happen. And also, one of my recent buys would have been Justice League, the Snyder Cut Steelbook, but Best Buy actually screwed me over on my pre-order.
I think they screwed a lot of people over.
Man, like that's why I don't like pre-ordering, because for some reason they put the money back in my account and then said, "Oh, you need to update your payment." And then when I updated the payment, they was like, "Oh, it's sold out," or some shit like that. And then I went to Best Buy. I was like, "Where's my shit? Where's my copy?" So I actually want that Steelbook because I am a huge Snyder fan.
Yeah.
When I say huge Snyder fan, Watchmen I think is still one of the top 5 best superhero movies of all time.
Yeah, Watchmen's brilliant.
Like that's one of the movies that I don't own that I really want.
Man, that's one though. Like you can't like be of sound mind and body, watch the Snyder Cut, and then still think the theatrical version is good. Like there's no way.
I actually own 2 copies of the theatrical version.
For real?
Yeah, I own a digibook and I own the steelbook. And yeah, because the steelbook, it has a different artwork to it. Actually, if I can find it. Do you have it?
No, I got the standard Blu-ray. Bring it over a little bit. There you go. Yeah, I've seen it. There was a wave where like DC was releasing like all the cool art on the steelbooks like that for a while. I think like either Shazam or Aquaman or something messed up that trend.
Who that?
DC, like the whole DCEU was coming out with steelbooks with that type of art, right? And then I think it was Shazam that broke the trend, wasn't it?
Shazam has just a Thunderbolt on it, but this is actually from one of the Justice League's artists, like the comic book artist.
Oh, that's fire!
And he did this cover for this one. He did one for Batman v Superman, which I don't have that. Like this art style copy, but I want that one. Then he has one for Man of Steel.
Yeah.
So that's something that I have to go to eBay to get.
But then, like,
I'm probably gonna overpay for the Snyder Cut version Steelbook.
Oh, okay.
On eBay because I want it. I really, really, really want it.
So like the art for like Wonder Woman and Aquaman, like it's not the same artist.
No, the Steelbook for Wonder Woman would be. They actually it's kind of cartoonish.
Yeah.
And they dropped another version of this one for the 4K version, but I forgot what the artwork was. But I don't like this one. It looks kind of too cartoonish, like compared to this one.
Yeah.
This one is cartoonish, but it's grimy, and I love the grimy. So we're totally off topic. What was your
my most recent edition. Technically, my most recent edition is like I bought the Forever Purge this past Tuesday, but then
what's that?
The Forever Purge come out last Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Best Buy.
Great series.
Huh?
The Purge is a great series.
Yeah, I like them. So I wonder how much this one made, because they're talking about this one was the last one. But if they made enough, they're going to push and do a sixth one.
Well, they have a TV series. I'm not sure if the TV series is still going on or not, but I know they have a TV series.
It canceled after 2 seasons.
Oh, okay. Well, I never watched the TV series.
No, I haven't watched the show either, but I grabbed them.
Mm.
And then Best Buy had my Batwoman season 2 delayed, so that came in after I got the Purge. And then I've been watching New Girl on Netflix, and I've been buying a season every time I finish it. So I got season 5 on DVD the other day.
I'm so behind on a lot of stuff that I want. Like, I don't even own True Detective on physical copy or Game of Thrones on physical copy yet, and I want the steelbook versions of the 4K release.
You better buy this house so you can catch up on your collection.
Well, yeah, that too, but like my girlfriend, she just started watching Game of Thrones. I've been trying to get her to watch it for the longest, but now she can't get enough of it.
Man, it's that good, man.
And so now I'm trying to get her to watch True Detective, and like I'm trying to ease her over just a little bit to watch True Detective.
Yeah.
But she don't want that. I'm like, just watch the first season.
Man, you got to explain. Like it's an anthology. You can't compare 2 to 1, or you're not gonna like 2. And then the Mahershala Ali season is almost as good as 1. True Detective is dope. No,
like okay, I think season 2 is a little bit slept on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it again because I watched it twice, and the second time I was watching it, I didn't finish it, so I want to watch it over again. But I think it's really, really slept on a little bit. In the third season, it was just something missing about it, but I really enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, but I don't think any of those seasons compared to the first season.
Nah.
I really don't think they compare to the first.
First season of True Detective is untouched.
And I want them to do a 4th season, but I want Carrie to come back and do it.
I think they will. I think they'll do a season 4 eventually. So last question I got, like I referenced it earlier, was the last one. Like, are you a completionist? Do you feel the need to, if you have like Saw like 1, 3, 4, and 5, do you need 2?
I try to be as best as I can. Like I said, I want all the movies in the world, honestly. well, I want all the movies that I like.
Don't we all?
I'm not someone who just buys just to have it.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I do, but I do want to complete most of my sets. I want to be a completionist. Yeah, I do. So eventually, once I get my own movie room and own setup, I can just go wow, just buy everything I want. Like, because I've been itching to buy box sets. I want the Rambo box set. I want the Lord of the Rings box set. Woof.
Oh, man, I think we froze up.
I have the whole. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out for a little bit.
What's the last thing you heard?
The Lord of the Rings box set.
The Skywalker box set. Even though I have the whole Skywalker saga on in steelbook format, like a couple of years ago, Best Buy had released the episode 1 through 6.
Yeah.
The steelbook format when they had the villains.
Yeah.
Most covers and all that. I got that whole series. And then, of course, I have the recently J.J. Abrams saga. Well, not saga. He did 2.
Mm-hmm.
I got
sequel
that
trilogy.
Yeah, I got that in steelbook format. But I want to complete like a whole bunch of Ghibli films I have. I finally got a hold of all of them. I just bought them, even though I haven't even seen most of them. I've seen like maybe 5 of them. Like the
okay.
Well, that's anime too. But you said you don't watch anime. Yeah. I have a lot of anime that I want to buy as well.
Yeah, man, yeah. We all got a wish list. Like I was telling, I was either last interview or one before that, I was telling them that I added, when Cry Macho came out, I added a lot of Clint Eastwood directed movies to my Amazon wish list. I'll get them down the road.
Man, so they just released The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on 4K, but they didn't release the other two the Man with No Name on 4K yet. And I might just go ahead and add that one.
That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Clint Eastwood films that I wouldn't mind having on 4K as well, like American Sniper.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. Yeah, that box set. I remember watching someone on YouTube that was talking about a box set that they have from Clint Eastwood, and they may have to re-release a new one because Cry Macho came out.
Yeah, wasn't it like one of those like long rectangular packaged cases?
Mm-hmm. Now was the mule in there?
I don't remember. I think that's probably a few years old. Like Richard Jewell might not even be in there, and the mule is older than that.
Wow. Well, yeah, I don't own that one. Like the Paramount box sets as well. You seen those?
I think so.
Well, the guy that I was telling you about films at home on YouTube, he talks about the Paramount box sets as well, and they're very rare. Okay. Extremely, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably recognize them if I saw them. Sound like I'm talking about a person. If I saw their face, I'd know.
What's the movie you watch the most in your collection?
See, man, like, depending on new releases, like, that's how I set up what I watch every day. So, probably a Marvel movie. Probably my, like, before the Batman comes out in March, I plan on rewatching, like, practically all the Batman content I have.
Do you like Batman and Robin and Batman Forever?
I like Batman and Robin. I mean, I like Batman Forever. I recognize it's flawed, and I know that like Warner Brothers was pushing Schumacher to go lighter. I
love the tease.
Like Batman and Robin is what it is. Like I don't hate it, but I acknowledge it's not good.
I think it's good.
Really?
It's good, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, so cheesy, but I love it. It's so cheesy that you gotta love it.
It's a bad movie that I'm not gonna hate sitting through.
Now I don't own any of those. Actually, I own Batman and Batman Returns on VHS.
All right.
And I remember when I was throwing away all of my VHSs, and I was like, I cannot get rid of my Batman films.
Nah.
And I messed around and threw away my Disney films, and I heard the Disney films now in like the big plastic cases,
the clam cases.
They're worth a lot of money. I was
I heard that those go for bank on eBay.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? I threw away all these cases. Probably in my collection, the movies that I watch the most is Miami Vice, which I think is a slept-on film.
I've been meaning to watch that lately.
Miami Vice is one of those movies that I just have to watch. And then the A-Team.
I've been wanting to watch that too.
The A-Team is... When I tell you that movie makes me laugh every time. Pulp Fiction, of course. Blade Runner 2049. Sicario. Seven. Aliens.
Seven is great. You named enough classics.
I remember the Seven was actually one. I've seen it together as a kid. Spirited Away, Interstellar, which I think is Christopher Nolan's best film.
One of my boys loves Interstellar.
Yeah, I love Interstellar too. Gone Girl, which is probably Fincher is one of my all-time favorite directors, if not my favorite of all time. Wish he would drop a crime movie.
Yeah.
Because I did not. We spoke about this on Instagram when I think I was like I didn't like Mank.
Man, Mank was. It didn't feel like Fincher.
It didn't feel like Fincher at all. It was boring as fuck, and I didn't even finish it. But the cast was so amazing. I was like, man, I want to like this so bad, but I cannot like it.
But you piggybacking off of this last question though, if like Criterion drops Mank on Blu-ray, I'm gonna grab it because I got all Fincher's other movies.
I want to start my Criterion collection, but I don't have any. And the first film that I want to buy on Criterion is Inside Llewyn Davis.
Okay. Because
that movie is amazing.
But yeah, I had Curious Case of Benjamin Button because like that's it only came out on Criterion, right? Like bare bones Blu-ray case with a slipcover, and then I had the Before trilogy, but like getting ready for the French Dispatch, I watched all Wes Anderson's movies for the first time. I had seen Royal Tenenbaums before, but I was buying those and they was all on Criterion, so now I went from, I guess technically 4 to maybe like 11 Criterions.
I know a lot of people wait until Criterion goes on sale and do that 50% off.
Yeah, that's where I got a handful of them.
But I never done that. But I'm either gonna start order them online or go to the bookstore and try to find the Criterion, because it's just something about sometimes ordering online movies is bad because when you get it, it's damaged. Like I've received a lot of sticker books that have been damaged compared to whenever I go to like Best Buy or something like that. I'm very particular with my slip covers. Like I look for the slip covers, and if it has a crease on it, I try to look for one who don't got a slip or like a crease on it. And then when you have steel books or just regular MRAs or whatever, you got to shake it a little bit because sometimes the disc be loose in there and it broke and like. So buying online
is a gamble.
Buying online has its advantages compared to going in the store, but sometimes going to the store is best because when you get a damaged movie, I'm not the type to send something back. There's just too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
But Criterion, I need to. I don't have any of those.
Yeah. Let me squeeze in my answer for this completionist question right quick. I alluded to it earlier on. If a franchise has like a classic, or if I bought it and then it's got some trash entries, like I'm gonna finish it up. Like if I got the Sopranos box set, but if Many Saints of Newark would have been ass, I'm still buying the movie.
Mm-hmm. So for your completionist, because you said that what you bought Batwoman on physical copy, does that completionist for that include the Flash?
Oh yeah, that's the Arrowverse.
Arrow. Okay, so that means that you have to buy all of those.
Yeah, like I got into Arrow probably around like season 2 or 3, maybe when the Flash was coming, and I've been keeping up with them ever since.
I stopped watching Arrow. Like I got pretty far in Arrow. Like I was one of the original. I ain't gonna say original people to watch Arrow, but I was watching Arrow from the beginning. But then it just felt like it was the same thing every season.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm in love. This drama, that drama. I just wanted a real season where he was Oliver Queen and the Green Arrow, and he's getting in someone's shit. All this lovey-dovey stuff. The same thing that happened with the Flash. I had to stop watching the.
Man,
same thing.
Me and one of my boys, man, we love the Flash, and then like we just acknowledged like season 5 or 6, like it just fell off.
Yeah, it's the same. Like I feel like it's the same thing every episode or season.
I'm sitting here like it's season 7. Why is Barry Allen still learning lessons he was learning in season 2?
Or going up against a speedster every season, damn near. I'm like, man, like, it has to be more to this. Like, it has more, but it's TV for you.
Yeah. Before we wrap it up, you got any like last minute questions you want to throw at me?
You need to get in 4K. Trust me, like the picture quality on some of these films looks absolutely amazing. And then it sounds better sometimes whenever they mix it and don't whatever like that. Like, what type of TV are you running? What type of player are you running? Do you have a surround sound?
Nah, I use my TV and I watch movies off the gaming system. I don't even play games, but I got the gaming system just for the movies. My TV's LG. I don't remember details off the top of my head.
Is that something that you want to get into as far as like upgrading everything? Like you want like the ultimate sound, the ultimate picture? I'm
kind of in the same boat as you. Like I worry about like all of that when I have like the house I'm gonna die in. So I'm in an apartment right now, and I'm not worried about all of that. But once I can have my crib and make my adjustments to the house, then maybe.
So yeah, you definitely want a movie room.
Yep.
Yeah, me too. Same thing. Definitely same thing. Those new Sony speakers that just came out, I definitely want those. I forgot the name for them right now, but it's like 4 speakers. You get like a little box that look like an Apple TV box.
Oh, okay.
So I want to look into getting those eventually. But this was definitely fun, man.
Yeah, like editing is gonna be a bitch because I had more people agree to do it than I think I expected it to. But once it's up on YouTube and I can like link you guys and post it, like it's gonna be dope. But like that was it, man. if you watching, if you listening, drop comments. Let us know like what you guys do with your movie collections. I'm gonna come back around. I'm gonna wrap this episode up, man. It's Rec League. Yo, Randy fear no man, that's the slogan. When it come to these snakes, I am Conan. Destroyer, barbarian, yo bars of everything. Chicks wanna marry him, but your bitch work my dick like a cherry stem. Bury sand when I'm grinding, but I am never lying when I'm rhyming. When the bars hit the ears, they all know that I'm bout it. Check your tone when you enter, I don't tolerate no shouting. Go for it, never punt, I'm Frank Wright. They hear what I write, they say that it ain't right. They hear what I say, then they say that he ain't white. As much shit as I talk, they say that he ain't white. They talk tough guy shit, but only pack a mallet from a xylophone. These rappers ain't bout shit when they away from the microphone. Can't leave the pipe alone or just cry and moan. You can't see my hooks and my punches like I'm Cassius Clay. You lames wouldn't last a day. Have to tell your people that you passed away. And chill until the next episode.